In this lesson, you'll learn how to publish your apps on Google Play and use the developer console to track and manage them. Publishing your apps to Google Play makes them available for download to Android devices around the world. There's a very good section on the Android developers website on publishing, including the developer console that can be accessed from this link on the graphic. I suggest you read through this material after we've finished going through the lesson. In this lesson, I'll give you an overview of the highlights and the key information you need to get your app up and available on Google Play. Now, the first thing you need to do is register as a developer. If you or your company haven't already done this, follow this link and register now, and then come back to this point in the lesson. Now, welcome back to the lesson, and welcome as an official registered Android developer. From now on, when you go to the Publish homepage, the same link you used to register, you'll be taken straight to your developer console. Before we look at the developer console in detail, I'll show you how to create the files you'll be uploading to Google Play via the console. You'll use Eclipse, the Android tools, and possibly some graphic tools such as Adobe Illustrator to create files on your file system. And you'll then use the developer console to upload those files to Google Play. This graphic shows how to use Eclipse to create the APK, or Android package file, for your app. First, use the File menu or right-click on your Android app project and select Export. In the Export window, first select Android and Export Android Application. Click Next, and verify that you have the right project selected, and click Next again. In the next screen, you'll deal with designating your key store. The key store is a cryptographic key that's used to provide security for your app. It assures that only you, the holder of the key, can upload or change your app. You specify the location for the key, a password, an alias, and a validity term. You also provide some information to be associated with the app, your name, organization, and location. When you click Finish, the APK is stored on your file system in the location you've specified. Using Eclipse DDMS, you'll use the screenshot capability to create images of your app screens, and you'll store them in your file system for upload to Google Play. In addition to screenshot graphics, there are 3 other graphic images you'll need to upload: a high-resolution icon, a feature graphic, and a promo graphic. And one option for creating these is to use software tools such as Adobe Illustrator. If you need photographs or illustrations as input for your designs, you might consider sources such as Getty Images. So now that we have an overview of the files you'll be uploading to Google Play, let's take a look at the actual web pages you'll be using to do the uploads. I'll use the Market Impacts Quick Click apps for demonstration. What we see here is a summary of all the Quick Click apps, showing their names, price, number of installs, ratings, crashes, last update, and status. From here, we can add new applications by clicking here, or take a closer look at our existing apps. And let's first take a look at an existing app, the ATM app. Let's click on that. And here we see the store listing. This is the details of the app you'll be uploading. It includes the title, the description, promo text, recent changes, your graphic assets, including screenshots, and the icon, feature graphic, and promo graphic. And if you have a video, you'd include the URL here. You'll indicate the application type, whether it's an application or a game, select a category, specify the content rating, and you can read more about content ratings by clicking this link here. You'll provide a website link if you have one, your email address, and your phone if you'd like to. I didn't include a phone on mine, and a link to your privacy policy on your website. Now let's take a look at pricing and distribution. It's in here that you'll specify what countries you're selling in or distributing in. In in-app products, you specify details of sales you'll make from within your app, and I'm not doing it on the quick-click apps, so you won't see anything here. And services and APIs specifies your key and Google Cloud messaging information. And then if we click on APK, you see the detailed information about your APK file, your version code, version name, supported devices, and excluded devices. The supported devices is not the number of devices using your app. This is the number of different types of devices, like the Samsung S3. Now let's look at statistics, clicking here. At the top of the statistics page is data and charts on device installs, uninstalls, and ratings. And you can also select the display time period from month through all data. Now, in addition to giving you exciting news about the growth of your app, this information can be useful in judging the effectiveness of new app releases and features. At the bottom of the page is data and charts broken down by a number of different criteria. So, for example, on this chart, we're seeing data for the Android versions of the devices using your app, and we've selected Android 2.3.3, 4.0.3, 4.1. We could add additional lines by selecting additional Android releases. And we can also look at devices, the different types of devices that are using your app, countries using the app, languages, app version, in this case there's only one, and finally carriers. Now let's go back up and look at ratings and reviews. And we can apply filters. We can filter by ratings, languages, app version, and we can add filters for individual devices if we want to. And finally, let's look at crashes and ANRs. It means application not responding. A crash is a failure where the app stops. An application not responding, or ANR, is a failure where the app is still in operation but not responding to the user. Let's change the time period to pull up some crashes. There we go. We can select crashes or ANRs, hidden yes or no. Let's go back to crashes. Here we see that we can click on the hide button here. There you see how the crashes that we've shown as hidden aren't showing up when we select no. And we can also add a device filter for different kinds of devices. So that's an overview of publishing apps to Google Play and using the developer console to track and manage your app files. And remember, there's much more information on the developer's website available by following this link.